the law says that you can reproduce someone else's written material as long as you fairly and accurately summarize it and you attribute ownership of that material to the original owner. And that's why in this country journalists can quote from books or from television programs, anything like that. But there is one important exception, and that important exception, at least in this country, is that that rule does not apply to photographs. You cannot reproduce a photograph which belongs to someone else and hope to avoid a complaint simply by saying that you were reporting on something that was in the public interest, that was newsworthy, and you attributed ownership of that photo to the owner of it, the copyright owner. Now, this has been the case for years and years, certainly in this country, but it's really become an issue since social media became such an important aspect of everybody's lives and journalists' lives, because every time there is a newsworthy event, every journalist I've ever met immediately goes onto the internet, looks on Facebook, looks wherever to try and find a photograph of the person who is the subject of that newsworthy event, whatever it might be, whether it's a car crash or whatever. Now, the problem is that if you find a photograph that you want to use on the internet, someone owns the photograph and someone owns the copyright in it, but you don't know who that person is. And in this country at least, the owner of the photograph and the owner of the copyright can't be the person who is the subject of the photo. So if you've got a photo of Miss A, she's not the owner of the photo, she's not the owner of the copyright. The copyright is owned by the person who took the photo. But you've got no way of knowing that. And so every so often, journalists will use a photo to illustrate a story, and then someone turns up saying, I own the copyright in that photo, you didn't ask my permission, you've infringed my copyright, so you've got to stop using it, and I want you to pay me some compensation. And that's becoming an increasing problem because of the rise of social media.